1 kin, 2 kin, 3 kin, 4 kin. Not swearing, just basic maths. Preview of Everton versus Manchester United on Sunday, 7 o'clock kickoff at the shithole that is Goodison Park. The stadium looks like a war-torn country. Now, I don't know who come up with the 7 o'clock kickoff, but it's like they plucked it out of thin air and thought that will do. And it's ridiculous that United fans have to travel, even if there is no train strike, to go there and then come back at stupid o'clock. So I don't know what they were thinking to make that time rubber stamped. Before I go balls deep into the preview, did you know that 50% is a pass in an exam? Now, I want to go back to what happened a couple of days, or yesterday rather, as we played in the Europa League and beat Ammonia by 3-2 in their own backyard. I thought it was embarrassing, not only for them to take the lead, but for us to bring on Rashford and Martial. It was absolutely ridiculous. That team should have been good enough from the offset to beat the team in front of us. So I am not impressed, and I am not going to celebrate goals scored by likes of Martial, because they should not be a Man United football club. They should be service requirements and should be gone elsewhere. So, as far as I'm concerned, it's absolutely ridiculous that we kept those two on. And that's the way I see it. Ronaldo is finished. There's no doubt about that. So if you're a fanboy of his, and De Gea as well, for the first time you should be nervous for them. Because they're just not what Man United is about anymore. They're not worthy of being associated as a Man United player. And they're clinging on to their Man United careers by their fingertips. And people need to realise that this is a dangerous precedent to be set. And Ten Hag cannot play the football he wants with the De Gea fanboys and Ronaldo fanboys holding both back. Because he wants to play football, but I'm not seeing his football on show until we get a new goalkeeper and get rid of Ronaldo. Now, as far as I'm concerned, he served his purpose. Now we get rid of him. We say goodbye. You know, he's no spring chicken. I know Ibrahimovic won a league title last season in Milan, which is all well and good. But other than that, you know, Ronaldo, you know, it's like Bruce Forsyth off Strictly Come Dancing. You know, he quit and retired because, you know, he stumbled over the words, he said some funny things, you know, people didn't get the jokes he was telling, you know, his movement wasn't the same again, so he thought, do you know what, I have to retire, and he did that. And Ronaldo needs to do the same thing. That's the way I see it. Okay. So we're second in the group. And what's embarrassing as well is, by the way, we have a plus goal difference in our Europa League group as opposed to, you know, the Premier League where we've got a -3 goal difference. I think Brighton have got a +8, +9. So we've got some big catching up to do. And we need to do that quite quickly. Otherwise, you know, fourth will be a distant memory and we won't be getting it. But I do believe we still will. But we need to book our ideas up, get back into the race and deliver on our premise. Okay? Now, the team I'm going to pick. Dubravka needs to play. We brought him in, he wanted game time, give him that game time. He needs to start. He needs to. Because he is, you know, he's sat on his backside for no reason whatsoever. I don't know if he played for Slovakia in the 2-week window we had, break of for our internationals, but Dubravka's here, use him. And if you don't use him, then you have to wonder whether David De Gea has got, some dirt, let's say, on Ten Hag or the football club. Because something's amiss there. A right back, the lower right back, left back, Malacia. He made the mistake, but you're allowed to make mistakes. Porky Pig's been here for 9 or 8 years. And this is only Malacia's 9th game or so. People need to realise that competitively. Take that into account. So you've got to cut him a little bit of slack and give him some leeway. So yeah, that's what I said. Midfield, I thought Casemiro he looked like, a 30-ish-year-old. So McTominay needs to come back against Everton. So that's my part of the midfield. Then Eriksen. I'll play Fred. I'll drop Bruno. Bruno should not be anywhere near this team. But Ten Hag will pick him because he's probably got dirt on him, on the clubs though. So that's midfield 3. And then up front, Martial, Rashford, and then Anthony. So that's 3, 4. So that's 11 players that I've gone to pick. So on to Everton. Now they've got a fantastic defensive record. Now they've not also gained this season. Shockingly, they got a draw in the derby against Liverpool. They got 2 wins against West Ham and Southampton. So they're in good form. I think some people were calling for Lampard to be the first to be sacked, which is an odd one. But that is Lampard's level as a manager. It didn't work out at Chelsea, But at Everton, it suits him down to the ground, and he's done a very good job. So yeah, it'll be tough going to Goodison Park. I think Iwobi has been a little bit, criticised too much. I thought he was very good against West Ham, by the way. I thought he was terrific. They've got the guy they had and then sold to PSG and he's come back. They've got Onana, the Rihanna song, part of. But I look at their front line and I don't see many goals. They've got Mope, doesn't get many goals. Calvert-Lewin is injury prone. Pickford, will probably have the game of his life, so we need to make sure that we don't have Ronaldo on the pitch because he'll probably miss every sitter, and that will make Pickford look like Superman. So I'm going to go for a 2-1 United win. I don't think it'll be comfortable. I think it'll be close, but I think eventually we'll get over the line. So that's my prediction ahead of the game.